Alright, we're here in Pennsylvania at the Pocono Raceway for race number 8 of the season. The triangle track, the one and only with 3 turns. Long straightaways. Anything can happen. Let's fast forward. How about Andrew? Second fastest on the they got third fastest in practice. That's the best I've seen him all year. Will he continue that speed through qualifying? Time to find
Drivers,
out.
to your cars.
No. In fact, it's 25th.
Drivers.
Why is the 5 still in the pit lane? Hello? Okay. We're not gonna... No.
Drivers, to your cars.
Alright. Okay, here we go for our one pace lap. And once again, Kowalski on the pole. It's like the third time this year he started up front. Also, Walter White in that DeWalt number 17 has a new little saying on the side. It's now DeWalter. It says it on both sides. I wrote it in white because why not? As we run through the field here. Who will win today? 40 laps around this 2.5 mile track up in Pennsylvania. Queen Elizabeth on the outside. Should make their way down through the short chute. Or I guess that's what they call it, between turns 2 and 3 there. Pace car is going to turn left here. And here we go. Green flag is in the air here in Pocono. Trouble in the back. Caution on lap 1 here. Someone's around in the back. Tony Stark. Tucker Carlson, last week's winner, also involved. Let's turn it back here, see what the hell happened. Tony got turned. Ooh. Okay. Let's swap over to Tony here and see what the hell happened. So Zach just came down slightly into Tony, which got Tony squirrely as they slammed the outside wall there. And then Tucker had nowhere to go and slammed into the back of Tony. Skipper kind of in the wall. Jackson got a piece of it a little. He saves it. And Tucker spins down the grass there. Let's get one more view here of Tucker Carlson's onboard. No, not Frederick. Tucker Carlson, Root King. Alright, well, early wreck, and now we got some pit stops underway here. Barrett way back now. Puts Walter White out front now. Zach's in the pits. Walter White, Carl Weiser, Aerith, Jonesy, Frederick Fazbear, Shrek, Luigi, Reki Ralph, Logan, Peter Griffin, Dr. Eggman, and Hermione Granger. We got Kowalski, Miku, Falcon, Cloud, Rico, Queen Elizabeth back to fucking hell. Well, that's something. We weren't even one lap into the race and we already had a problem. Is this going to be consistent throughout the day, or are we going to be able to, you know, get some racing in? Lights are still on the pace car. So, we're not going green this time. We might go green next time. Nope, lights are still on the pace car. That's great. Whoa! Tifa Lockhart just blew an engine. Wow, okay. That's unexpected. Yeah, there goes Tifa. She blew an engine. Is that gonna delay the start here, or is she's driving in the grass? Huh. Tifa from 28th. Yeah. riding along, and then it just blew. Right there, just went up. Weird. Lights are still on the pace car. Tifa's just trying to limp it back to the pit lane. Already had 2 incidents early in this race here. Tucker Carlson retired. He's done for the race. That's going to put Tifa out, potentially. Tony Stark. Is, oh, sorry, 40th there. Still going. She makes her way onto the pit lane. Yep, and she's gone. Alright, so that's Tifa's race. Lights are out on the pace car. Here they come. Pace car's in. Oop, wrong way. Walter White is going to lead the field back to green. Green flag back in the air. Can now continue the race. Down in the turn. Whoa, Carl Weezer to the inside. Moved Walter out of the way. They're now drag racing down the back into turn 2. Goes up the block, and Carl's looking for vengeance after not being in the last 2 races. Off turn 3. And we're going to complete a lap under green. Here comes quite a pack back here. There's Tony out back. Walter White got back by. Not sure when that happened. Off turn 1. Down the backstretch. Carl's going to look again to the inside. Side by side into turn 2. Walter, whoa, sliding it through the corner there. Huge run off the corner. That's impressive. Gets his way down into turn 3 with a big lead over Carl now. There's Logan Burnett up to 9th. Doing it again, sliding it around the top side of turn 2. Both Walter White and Carl Weiser have got kicked out of the last 2 races due to the fact that there would only be 39 drivers. Sure, I messed up on Infineon, but yeah, they got kicked out for being the bottom 3, and neither of them want that again. There goes Carl into the inside. He's going to get him this time. Walter gets loose and now drops back into the clutches of Aerith. Carl Weiser out front now. Walter's dropping back. All 3 of the guys that are up here now. Frederick Fazbear back here in 7th. Looking to the inside of Luigi. They all want points. We're on to lap 11 now. Carl Weiser out front. Here comes Shrek to the inside of Aerith for 3rd or 2nd. Blah, blah, blah. He's not going to get there. Jonesy and Walter's back to up to 4th, trying to pass Jonesy on the high side. Carl begins pulling away. Zach out back due to damage. Tony's back there too. Jackson's also kind of fallen off. He also got damaged in that incident. Got a heck of a battle back here. It's all Carl Weiser out front currently. Down the backstretch, halfway point at the end of lap 20. There goes Walter White to the inside. Never mind, not going to get there. Aerith pulls ahead. Aerith's actually closing in here. Whoa, big block by Shrek there. On Jonesy, trying to get to the inside of Walter. Kowalski, after sitting on the pole, is back to 14th. Trying to get back up to where he started. There's Cloud ripping the top. Hatsune Mikuani is on the inside. This backpack isn't doing a whole lot there. Barrett's back here. That's not gonna help his point situation of, well, being the leader. The question now is when or will they pit? Carl Weezer. Looking to hold on to that lead. Here comes Aerith, peeking to the inside. Side by side through turn 2. Still side by side, and now Aerith has to get in. That allows Walter White in third to close in a little more. Not much though. There's Shrek to the inside of Walter. That backpack has started to sort it out a little. Aerith looking again on Carl Weezer. Side by side down the backstretch. Into turn 2. She's got him clear. Aerith, new leader. Wow. Walter White and Carl Weezer trying to get back up there. This is Neutron. I'm gonna try and lead the race here. Anyway. Jimmy's mom. Carl Weezer back to the lead, but they're side by side. Through the chute, Walter White looking for a place to go, but he's got nowhere. Here comes Shrek and Jonesy and Luigi and Frederick Fazbear all to join the party. Carl back to the lead. There's Jonesy peeking to the inside. Carl up to block Aerith. Into turn 2, there goes Aerith to the inside again. She's gonna get clear. Carl Weezer. Walter White back up to Carl's bumper. There goes Carl peeking to below again. Jonesy had a pretty good finish last week at Infineon, so this will definitely help out. So did Luigi. Aerith begins pulling away as Walter White and Carl Wieser battle side by side. Walter now gets ahead of Carl. The only wreck has been on lap 1. Off into turn 3. Whoever leads this lap is going to get the 5-point bonus. There goes Carl back to the inside of Walter. It's going to allow Aerith to get even farther ahead as they keep battling. Maybe not. Carl now clears Walter, and Walter drops back even more. But off turn 3, it's going to be Aerith that's going to lead this lap and get the 5 bonus points. As Jonesy's now on the inside of Carl for second. There's Aerith's 5 points right now. There we go. Side by side for second, down the front straight. Jonesy and Carl Wieser. Jonesy gets clear, up to second now. Quick run through the field. Nothing of interest really happening. There's Zach all by himself on the front. As the lead pack is coming off turn 3. They might catch him before this race ends. Here comes Jonesy with help from Carl and Walter, all in line there, trying to get by to the inside of Aerith. Down into turn 2. Jonesy gets cleared. Carl is not gonna. Now Walter's to his outside. Big old pack here. Goes Walter to the inside again. Big old group of cars here. They'll have to run slower to try and not run into each other, as these top 4 are just slipping and sliding all over the place. Walter White, Aerith getting thrown side by side for second. Walter's going to clear Aerith here. Maybe not. Yes, he is. Are we going to get pit stops this race? Because we didn't for the last two. Everyone's in line here. They did pit, technically all pit under caution after that first wreck on lap 1. And we got a 4-car battle here for second as Jonesy begins to pull away a little. Dr. Eggman's up to 6th. Pit stops underway here now. Almost all of the top 5 come in. I was just talking about pit stops. Here they all come in. Lots of cars coming in. That's practically the whole field. I think Carl stayed out. Carl stayed out. So did Reki Ralph, Cloud Strife, Lorax, Barrett, me. A couple cars out here still. It's mainly just everyone on the pit lane here. Walter White's gonna get out first. No, sorry. Jonesy's out first. Jonesy, Aerith, and Walter. The rest of the cars are coming in now. The main thing here is, will Carl Weezer get out in front or behind Jonesy? Moment of truth. They just came off turn 3. He's got to go right now if he wants any shot. Here he goes. No, he's going to be back in about 5th place here. Technically still a lot of cars ahead of them because they were ahead at the time of the start-finish line crossing. That should be our one and only pit stop for today, as Jonesy leads them now with Aerith and Walter White. They go through turn 3. Jonesy is not the leader. Who is second? Oh, there they are. Never mind. Jonesy is the leader. They were just in the pits. That was Solid Snake and Queen Elizabeth here. Side by side for third. Out front. Carl Weezer's dropped back to 6th, looking to try to get by Abdul in the back there. Tifa Lockhart having the first valve problem of the season. Zach Fair's going to go a lap down soon, but Aerith Gainsborough has caught up to Jonesy. Side by side into turn one. Aerith on the inside, Jonesy on the outside. It's going to be Aerith getting clear easily. Everyone's spread out now after the pit stop. Zach up ahead. Off turn 3. 10 laps remaining here at Pocono. There goes Jonesy back to the inside. He backs out. Third and fourth are kind of closing in on the leaders here. Carl wants to get back up in the party. Walter is now looking to the inside of Shrek again. Side by side through turn 3. It's going to be Walter White getting the advantage off the corner. Out front still. Jonesy in second, looking to try and get by. Off turn 2. They're all pretty evenly spaced here. Maybe they won't catch Zach. Yes, they might. It's running 140-ish, as they're running roughly the same. Maybe a little faster. It's definitely going to come down to these two, unless Walter and Shrek can close in at all. Within these last 7 laps, sorry. Within these last 7 laps here. I don't think Shrek and Walter are going to catch up unless they start racing each other. If Aerith and Jonesy start getting side by side more and more, then Walter and Shrek might catch up. But it's not looking like that's going to happen. The only other way is if a caution were to come out, and if a caution came out now, it would leave them with maybe 2 laps shootout. And they're going to catch Zach before the end of this race. Carl Weezer's caught up to this group here. He's going to try and get by Shrek maybe. They go down the front. There goes Carl the inside on Shrek. to a pretty comfortable lead. As Carl did get by Shrek. And clear. Stroll through the field here. There's Jackson coming out of turn 1. Tony going into turn 1. There's Zach. Getting closer and closer to going the lap down. More fighting for third back here. Carl Weiser is now ahead of these two, Shrek and Walter. As now Jonesy closes back in on Aerith. We got less than 5 laps now, make that 4. 4 laps to go this time. Look at that, Tony Stark is getting closed in on by Zach. Tony Stark's into the picture now, but now we got Aerith and Jonesy. Jonesy is on her bumper. Now they have to get around these lap cars. They might slow these two up enough to where these next 3 can close in. They're now side by side. The lap cars in front of the leader. It's not going to be enough for those back 3 to close in. There goes Aerith to the bottom. Jonesy up top. It's gonna work out in Aerith's favor though. Never mind. Zach clears Aerith. Tony drops out. Here they go. Down into turn 2. Jonesy's going to look to the top side. Curve it down under. Not quite what's going to happen. 3 laps to go. Now they're going to come through this turn and going to get to 2. Zach's going to get the run off the corner again. And stay ahead of Aerith. 2 laps remaining here in Pocono. There goes Jonesy to the inside. Side by side down in the turn 1. Still side by side off the corner. Aerith's going to have the run and stay clear. Jonesy falls back in line. Only as they make their way through turn 3 again, Jonesy's losing ground. Off turn 3. White flag is in the air one more time around here from Pocono. Down into turn 1 for the final time. It's Aerith over Jonesy. Zach's still out in front of them. In the way, potentially. Jonesy's peeking, trying to get a run here. He's going to go to the inside. They're going to go side by side into turn 2. Jonesy and Aerith side by side. Jonesy's going to get clear. Jonesy clears Aerith with only 2 turns remaining. Shit, wrong way. Off turn number 3, it's going to be Jonesy Fortnite. Out front over Aerith Gainsborough. She's got one more shot to get to the inside here. Is she gonna get there? No, she's not. It's gonna be Jonesy who wins in Pocono. A last lap pass by Jonesy. Secured the victory. And that's gonna be it. Your top 10 is Jonesy, Aerith, Carl Weezer, Walter White, Shrek, Luigi Mario, Muhammad Abdul, Hatsune Miku, Reki Ralph, and the Lorax. I'm going to go ahead and add these points now. Okay. Congratulations, Jonesy Fortnite! Next, we'll be heading to Charlotte Motor Speedway, or I guess Lowe's Motor Speedway, for 80 laps, around a mile and a half. And let's go check them points. Okay, Barrett is going to get his first points finish outside of 100. Peter Griffin is up to second now. Muhammad Abdul is in third. Luigi Mario. Tucker Carlson, after winning last race, finishes dead last this race. Aerith Gainsborough up to sixth. Hatsune Miku. Shrek. Jonesy just won a race and is now up to ninth. Dr. Eggman rounding out the top 10. I'll scroll through the rest here. Here I am in 17th. Logan's in 24th. And then Andrew and Jackson are now at 3 points apart. But Walter has got ahead of the two of them. And SpongeBob has dropped back to 41st as Carl Weezer's now up a good ways after a really bad string of finishes to start the season. But still dead last. So next is Charlotte. And then we'll head to Martinsville, Darlington, and Talladega. Now I'll have you know that in between last race and this race, I decided to extend the schedule. So I know every title is going to say race blank out of 19, but originally it was blank out of 17, and I decided to add some tracks onto the schedule. And that's going to be Texas Motor Speedway and Coca-Cola Super Speedway with top speeds of 250 miles an hour. And then Homestead will still be our finale. So, yeah, there you go. Barrett Wallace still our points leader as we move on to race number 9.